Welcome back to the HIA Annual Trade Show. Today we're here with Mike Narula from Orbic. Mike, great to meet with you, the CEO. How's
Glad
your company?
to be here. Nice to meet you as well.
Great.
So I'm with Orbic. I'm the president and CEO.
Yes.
And today at HIA, we are here to introduce our new product, which is Orbic Multiline. So it's really a great solution, for the companies, and it's kind of solving a lot of problems, right? Most people today in the work environment are carrying two phones.
Yep.
So they're juggling between their personal phone and their work phone. The Orbic Multiline solution allows, for both the numbers to exist on one device. So for a company, they don't need to extend or provide the employee with a device. Through the solution, they can pretty much download an app and provide a company-owned phone number onto the employee's smartphone. So now they're only carrying one phone. It's a complete separation between personal and work.
Right.
So then it becomes a company asset, right?
That's very important. Very important for the company because they're the ones providing covering the expense, and they're able to control any calls, any salespeople. Their whole book of business is in that. Part of their book of business is in that person's phone. They want to be able to. That's their property, right?
That's absolutely right. So that is one of the value propositions, right? It becomes a company asset. So in the event the employee leaves and moves on, now the company can actually extract that phone number and still keep the relationship going with the customer or the potential customers that the employee was speaking with. So there is the continuity, that remains, right? So you don't lose the employee and the business at the same time.
Wow. So how do I find out about Orbic? Do you have a website we can go to, obviously, or how are we able to find out more about this fascinating product?
Well, we do have a website, which is orbicmultiline.com.
Orbicmultiline.com.
So that's the website. So that's the key value proposition for the companies, which is, of course, it's a company asset. The other big thing is actually the control. They don't have to invest in the hardware anymore. The hardware management goes away.
It's a big savings.
And the solution also provides, the company admin with a management portal. So they can actually track, the phone calls, messages, which can also be used for training purposes, right?
Sure.
So it also has certain features like, call recording. So you can actually record the conversations and use that as a training tool, to train the other salespeople in the company, right? So these are some of the key features that it provides, besides obviously the control, the security, and the cost savings.
Yeah, it's very multifaceted, the product. You have every area covered when it comes to communications for business. And I like the way it merges their personal life too, because you're not walking around with two devices.
You're not. See, the other cool feature is that it is completely device agnostic, it is carrier agnostic, and it works on either Android or Apple, right?
Oh, great, which is the two most popular brands.
So, you could have an iPhone, it works with an iPhone. You could have an Android device, you can have an Orbic device, it works on all of them.
Easily interfaces.
And you get to keep your primary carrier. So if you're a customer of Verizon, you get to stay with them, and now you just download an app which provides you with a second phone number. The other capability it has is that, if you already have two numbers, the same number can be ported over, so you don't lose the number. In some cases, if company wants to get rid of the desk phones, they can port those numbers over onto the device, the employee's device, and now they have two numbers. So the philosophy is that, there is business continuity, no disruption in your business, yet it becomes an asset of the company.
Correct.
With very little changes.
So as a business owner, you definitely want to go and speak with Orbic and Mike's team. They're going to be able to get you set up with this, interfaces with both type of phones, whether it's iPhone or Android, and you keep your assets for your company. So if the employee does move on, as people do, you're able to control your business through the line, and the employee can move on with their own personal phone. So there's no issue when they terminate.
I do want to mention the Orbic Multiline solution is FCC and E911 compliant.
Okay.
Our solution is also FINRA compliant, which is very important for the financial institutions.
Yes, of course.
One of the names that I can speak, which is the recent successes, is JPMorgan Chase is currently deploying this solution across all their employees in the US and globally. The solution is also HIPAA compliant, so it works great for hospitals, doctors and nurses.
So that's a big market, big field.
Exactly. So think about it, right? You want to get in touch, with a doctor, and doctors generally don't want to give out their personal phone numbers. Now they have a number that's a work number, which they can freely give out to the client or the patient. What it basically does for the patient is really the peace of mind that, I have the doctor's, personal number that is going to ring, or I can text him on the device. They don't have to wait, for a message or an operator, if they're in need for any type of help.
Yeah. That's very critical, Mike. And I'm glad to hear that you've expanded into the medical field. Very important. We got some big hospitals on Long Island. We got Northwell and Long Island Hospital in Brookhaven. That's huge. That is really huge, that market, to be able to do that. And give the doctor that separation there where he can still have his personal calls coming in, and then he can monitor and control his business calls, his medical calls.
It very elegantly manages, the calendar and the business hours.
Yes.
So you can set your hours to, the hours that you're on call and the hours that you're not on call. So it is not really interfering with your personal life either. Yet, as I said, it's a great peace of mind for your patients.
It is.
Right? Because everybody's in the business of customer attention. Customer service is key. The customer's trust is key.
Right.
And today to be able to communicate freely, and in a secure manner with whether it's your healthcare provider or it's your investment banker, is pretty much everything.
Right. You're in a business now in Orbic, Mike. Our phones are like a limb. I mean, we can't live without our phones. Think about when you misplace your phone. You're like, oh my gosh, where's my phone? And here you are making it easier. You're transitioning, you're segregating the business and the personal, which is wonderful. It's convenient. You're giving the businesses, the owners, that proprietary information that they can retain if there is an issue with somebody leaving, so they don't lose all those sales calls and leads. It's a fascinating product. So Orbic, we want to come and visit you. You have a booth here at the HIA LI Trade Show today. I know you're in the 600 aisle. Do you know the booth number, Mike?
I know we're right next to you in the corner.
Yes, so we're in 611, 613. Come down the last aisle and you want to see Orbic. They have a beautiful presentation. He's got a wonderful staff. I've had the pleasure of meeting them. You got a new office in Holbrook now, right? You just relocated?
That is right. We're hoping to come back to Hop Park soon as well.
Okay.
So thank you again for having me here.
Yeah, it's a pleasure and an honor.
We're looking forward to introducing this great solution to all our partners and members of the HIA.
Fantastic. Well, I wish you luck with the HIA-LI. You're a wonderful addition to this HIA community.
Thank you,
Mike.
Rick.
It's a pleasure. Mike Narula, Orbic.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.